Scott, you've announced a 36-man squad for training next week ahead of the Six Nations. Can you talk us through your thoughts on the composition of the squad?
Oh, we had to have a look at the A program as well, because the A program's not aligned with ours a little bit. Some of these boys will play the A program, but I tried to separate the two squads a little bit and look forward to probably the first couple of matches. So it gives us a chance to have a look at a few boys to come back in, and we have to keep our eye on the exiles as well, who go out of our system for a week. So we're trying to cover all parameters. So we think we've pretty much got it covered for the training camp, and we'll see if we can get a good program in place.
You've spoken in the past about form and future, and the two components as you think of maybe 2015 Rugby World Cup, but the 2014 Six Nations is a prize in itself. So I guess that this is much more about form, the squad. Yeah,
I think we're trying to pick a team that we think will compete in this tournament now. We've done the first bit of that form of future was done part of last year and into the autumn. It'll continue post the Six Nations because it's important for the growth of this team with the calendar that's confronting us in the lead up to that. So there'll be bits of the season we do it. I feel that this is time now to start a competition and try to compete in the competition. So we'll pick the squad that we think can represent us well in that.
Two uncapped players in the squad. Is that selection about their form, or is it also in terms of the actual stat? Is it maybe more about the fact that you've brought players through, you've blooded players, for example, on the South African tour?
Yeah, I think I think when we're in the high teens in the last year of new cappers. So I think we're running out of players to cap, and it's not that we want to give away caps, but Dougie Fife's an interesting player. We outside backs we're not strong in an area, but he's shown good form. There's something about Dougie, he big local lad who knows his way to the line like that. It ticks a few boxes for us. I think Chris is the other boy that's we sent Chris off with clear goals in the off season when he missed out in a few of the bigger matches, and to be fair, I've really liked what I've seen. There's been a turnaround, and in his game, last week's game, I thought he was superb in, so he deserves a run in this squad to have a look again, and brought Ross Rennie back in to have a look at Ross. He's been out of the system for a while. He's my type of player, Ross. Everyone knows that, and had a few issues on and off the field. And I think it's a good time to see where he is and around the boys and see if we can get the best out of him in time. So it's putting everyone on edge, and that's not a bad thing either.
On edge, you've made it very clear that this is a squad for training camp next week. So is the message from that there are still opportunities for people to force their way into the actual team?
Well, we want players on form. Every player's form will be watched, and I've met with a few players over the last couple of days, and it was clear to them. They determine their future in this squad. So I don't think because I've announced the team that will be the team that runs out against Ireland. You'd like to think we're pretty close, but they've got to still do their part. I'm not going to pick kids who just wander about, and it's really important that the games that they play, people are watching and they know it, because we want people that want to compete for their spot. So it is for the training camp. You'd like to think we've got a lot of them out of that squad, but then it's not a gift.
And in terms of the heart and the mood that the guys are going into the camp, certainly last weekend, a great weekend, 2 Heineken wins for the two pro clubs, and some of our exile players showing up well in other Heineken games.
Look, it's been fantastic for that. I think both our sides have competed well in the Heineken Cups. It's a tough competition, but we've shown that we can compete. There was, we showed immaturity at some times and great maturity at others. It's trying to solidify and get a team that can compete at every level. I was really happy at the weekend, and you're right. I looked at Kelly through the Saracens the last 5 weeks. He's done well for Saracens as well, and so some of our players have done well. There's been a return of form for Richie, and that's good. We need that. So we're keeping an eye on everyone, and we're really, really happy with some of the form of our players, and that makes it competitive for spots.